What is up, my fellow stackers? We got Steven here. He has top 8'd the Ultimate Time Wizard. Back-to-back YCS Raleigh and now YCS Indy. That is a crazy accomplishment. And it's a different deck this time. Last time it was Vayu Turbo, and now it's what are you calling it?
Turbo.
I
think we should coin that as the name because it's basically the same deck as Vayu, which is why I kind of felt pretty comfortable playing it. I've believed in this deck for a really long time. I have Discord messages back to like 2021 where I'm just like, I think this deck is good, and my team's like, you're crazy. But I think everyone kind of accepted now that it's at least tier 2. It's obviously pretty good. And there was a lot of them today too. There was like 5 or something in the X1 bracket at one point. So I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a sleeper deck.
Yeah, I think so. But now everyone's gonna play Cyber Dragon again. So probably not playing this at Nats. But I took a really generic approach to the deck where I just play basically 3 of everything. And like I just made it as consistent as possible. I'm playing 3 Yadas again. Like I did in Raleigh. Just I don't know, it might be my signature card. I just really like setting multiple back rows in a heavy format, so.
Alright,
yeah,
get to it.
Alrighty, so like I said, it's just 3 of everything really. 3 of each of the Machina cards, triple hamster, triple Raikou.
So you like triple force and triple hamster here?
Yeah, so when I get to the spells, you'll see I don't play 3 Pot of Avarice because when I was testing the deck, it happened a lot where I would open 2 of them. It's like over the course of a long game, having more than 1 is fine. But like when you open 2 specifically, you're almost guaranteed to lose because like the deck doesn't mill as much as you would think, which is weird because you have like 3 hamsters, 3 Raikou, Lila, and charge.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't happen as often as you think because summoning this or like setting this or like making a Caius play or something is usually better than like forcing a mill. So I just decided to cut 1 of the Avarices.
Okay.
So because I cut 1 Avarice, I think 3 of this is much more important because you want to top deck this card and like.
Yeah, it's your best top deck.
It's your best top deck, yeah. And like a lot of people that play this deck, they play it as like Avarice Turbo where they try and mill as much as possible. So like an Avarice, where I like Avarice as just like a late game bomb.
Right.
So,
yeah, if you see it, you see it.
Yeah, so 3 of all of those. And then 2 Lila, 2 Caius. I like the second one just because like summoning this and then setting Deep Risen, milling 3 obviously is really good, and then like they're not going to want to set any back row, and if they do, or like they try and run it over, you Deep Risen, then they probably don't set anything, and then the chances of you killing them on the next turn is really high.
Right.
This deck can like do a lot of damage really fast. And then I could see playing a 3rd Caius. I wouldn't, but I could see playing a 3rd one. There was a lot of times where I wanted the 3rd one, but.
Yeah, you're playing 3 hamsters, and it's just.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it goes back. So like a lot of it has to do with the fact that you play these. So it's like having the 3rd Caius is sometimes really sketchy. If
you're like breaking,
Yeah, it's similar theory to the Pot of Avarice. I just want the deck to do the same thing every game, basically.
Yeah. Okay, got it. You're focused on Fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Caius is really good, but like I hate doing the thing where like you summon Fortress and then tribute for Caius. That feels so bad.
Yeah, that's neg.
And if you have that play, sometimes you're gonna be forced to do it sometimes. And then just the 1-ofs, it's like. The Eric Chen card, Plague for Zombie.
What does that mean?
What? That's your guy.
I love that guy.
Yeah, I don't play anything that's like super effective in the graveyard other than this and Fortress. No Cyber Dragons in the main or side. Maybe regret it a little bit, but I don't think I'd be able to put it back in. I really like my list. I don't think I would change anything. So.
It looks super consistent.
It's just very consistent. Yeah. There's like maybe some flex spots, but I already talked about this. Just 2 Avarice, Brain, Typhoon, Storm, and then Charge. It's super because I don't like secret rares. That's the only reason. I don't like secret rares.
Fair.
But yeah, just the generic spells. And then for traps, these. I'm still not playing Solemn Judgment. I know some people think that's crazy. I think it's a skill issue. I'm not good enough to play that card. So.
Well, obviously you are good enough.
I'm good enough to play the game out. I think I misused that card a lot. So I just didn't play it because paying 4,000 is a lot. And then you only really need 1 discard spell. So I played Wing Blast.
That's for Fortress? So Fortress just gets in there?
Turn 1 Gear Frame and to set this is really, really, really good. It creates the situations that I mentioned earlier where you could probably just kill them on turn 2. Especially if they go like set monster pass.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Stratos Mally almost. Yeah. Well, kind of, but yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. And then 2 Bottomless, 3D Prison.
Okay.
I don't know. I got asked in Raleigh if I like 3D Prisons, and I said no, but I ran it back anyway. So
it's a good card.
Yeah, it is a good card. I just like I don't know. I tested like another discard spell, but it's not good enough. You don't have that much fuel to discard.
Yeah.
So. And then just the 3 auto. I can go over this really quickly. I really like setting 2 cards on turn 1, and being able to play around heavy is really important. I think But being able to just do this, like with a hamster or a gear frame or anything, is really scary for your opponent because it's like it causes them to play super weird. It's like you do this, you search a guy, you set 2, and they're like, well,
yeah, what do I do here?
Now what do I do? I don't want to just set Ryko. So it's like it's really awkward for them. And then if they do heavy, then you get the plus, which is nice, or the break even, and then you don't have to worry about heavy for the rest of the game.
So Legacy was good for you at Raleigh and Indy?
Yeah. I think it's becoming my signature card.
Nice.
I also like playing like control pace. So.
Yeah, it inherently slows the game down just by setting. Yeah, I see. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
For the extra.
Okay.
One Sasuke Uchiha.
Is that you?
That's me.
Is that you?
Armory, Android, Caster, Brio, Goyo, and then like the only 2 weird ones is Tempest Magician and Veit-Quiles. Like I mentioned earlier, the deck puts out a lot of damage really fast, so both of these cards can help you close. You don't use Plague Spreader as often as you would think, so milling it early game and then your opponent forgets about it makes these really fucking scary. It happened multiple times over the weekend.
Both of those guys came out?
This one didn't come up, but this one did twice.
Like for Game Shot?
For Game Shot.
Wow.
Yeah. It felt really good. I made it on turn 1 once against Blackwings. He set Vayu and he set Vayu, or not turn 1, I'm sorry. He set Vayu and Icarus, and then I had Plague in Graveyard. And so I summoned Lila, popped the Icarus, and then I stacked for Plague and just punched.
Oh my, that's disgusting.
The full 21 because of Vayu, so that was cool. And then only 1/7, it's Black Rose. It's really hard to make in this deck.
Why is that an Ultra?
Okay, guys, I had Starlights, but then Konami fucked us on Starlights, so now I'm trying to get Ghosts.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is the in-between?
Yeah, the Starlight Stardust went from like $1,000 to like $300. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Dark End, Colossal Fighter, Thought Ruler, Stardust, Mist Swarm. This comes up sometimes, not really that often, but I did kill someone with it this weekend, so that's cool.
Right.
Gotems. This card's really important for not the reason you might think. The time where this comes up the most is when your opponent plays Mark of the Rose and takes your Fortress. You can make it with Plague Spreader and Fortress so that they don't get it back, and that's really, for the most part, the only time that you make this card.
Did you make this guy this weekend?
I didn't, no, but like it's also good to play around Gores if your opponent is like, you know, if they're at like 27 or 28 or whatever.
Just the extra 31.
Just make this and make sure you kill them. It's really good. And then 1 Fortress.
Yep.
And then for the side, it's 2 Snowmen. It's the same theory that I had in Raleigh, where it's like you want to side out your hamsters a lot because people play Nobleman of Crossout. So it's like if they Nobleman of Crossout your Ryko, then your hamsters are dead. This doesn't get hit by that. It's not a flip effect monster, so you get to keep the other one. There's a lot of good reasons why I like doing that.
You actually sided this in over hamster like every game like you did?
Every single game I'll take out 2 hamsters for 2.
Wow, okay.
Every single game. Then 2 Crow, generic.
Yep.
2 Dinos. Mind Control. I didn't get to do the cool thing at all. My body has a shield.
Like stealing Rykos?
Yeah, I didn't get to do it at all. But 2 Pulling the Rugs, and then I think this is super standard moving forward in all like control style decks.
Yeah.
I think you just need 3.
Why didn't you play Transmigration Prophecy?
I didn't see your video in time.
Oh my God.
Subscribe to Saku's.
So would you actually change for trans or anything in the main?
I don't know. In the main, I don't think I would change anything.
Okay.
And for the sideboard, I don't know. No, I guess not. No. The sideboard was really good. And until I see a reason to change it, I don't think. Every card got used, which is cool. Except for this one. Sorry, this is the last 2 cards.
Oh my, what the heck?
Yeah.
Oh, you're on this tag.
I was just holding them in my hand. I forgot about them.
The spice.
2 Zombie Worlds. It's really nice against Frogs.
Yeah.
And Dragon Turbo, it's like okay against them. You bring it in anyway because you want every hate piece you can get.
Yep.
Against Dragon Turbo, you can do the same thing as against Vayu Turbo. As Vayu Turbo, where like you put out like a 2-turn clock on turn 1, and then like they have to play bad because they'll die if they don't. So like if you put out like Gear Frame Fortress and then play this and like set another back or something, they have to like pretty much go on their next turn, and if they can't deal with everything, they die. So
did it ever play around Cyber Dragon?
I didn't bring it in all weekend. Every other card got used except for this one because I only bring this in against Frogs, Dragon Turbo, but most importantly it's Amaryllis because this card shuts off their entire deck.
Yep. And you didn't play against any of those?
I didn't play against Amaryllis. I don't think there was really any.
You didn't play Frogs, Dragon Turbo, or Amaryllis?
Right, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was hoping to dodge the Frog.
A lot of Blackwing and Vayu?
No, one of each. I have my matchups. I'll grab that in a sec, but yeah, this card shuts off Amaryllis entirely. They have to basically Wing Blast it. It's like the only out pretty much, so.
Nice.
I wrote down my matchups so that this wouldn't get messy. Let me see. Alright. So.
And while you look this up, I have a glaring question for every Machina player as a non-Machina player. Why on earth do you guys not play limiter removal?
I tested it for a really long time. I really did. I think it was deep prison that I put back in for it, I think. Yeah, I put the third deep prison in instead of it. Just because, like I said earlier, I like just playing like really like control and slow. And like what kept on happening is that gear frame plus limiter is like O2K.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
But what kept on happening is I like draw limiter at times where it's like, oh, I can't even like they have a set monster, I can't deal direct damage, and so it's like I would rather just play the slow game and then just take my game shots when I can.
You feel like it's a win more card.
It absolutely is a win more card because think about it, if you're attacking directly with gear frame and fortress. Like
so you're telling me all day you didn't attack directly with gear frame and fortress?
No, I did, and I won. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't need the limiter. Like, you're gonna win anyway.
Oh, mind blown.
And like, if you think about it, it's in a lot of situations, it's just another brick.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Highest spot average,
right.
The big guys. So. But the matchups were round 1. I played against Wella Zombies.
Okay.
Which went to game 3, and then my only loss in Swiss was to Machina Cat.
Huh?
Machina Cat. Yeah, it was a combo heavy build. He finished X2. He did really well, and it was like trap stuns and cold wave and like a really combo heavy version of this deck. And like it caught me super off guard because I thought he was just playing Cat, and then he milled the fortress. I was like,
what is happening?
Oh, no. I saw someone topped with this deck. I don't remember. It was like a 130-person tournament or something. They got 9.
Oh, okay.
So I knew the deck list in my head as soon as I saw it. I was like, okay, thank God. I still lost, but it was cool. And then round 3 I played against Vayu. Round 4 was Volcanic Quick Draw, which is a buy. Like the guy played well, but it's not
rude.
It's not a.
I like that deck.
You like the Volcanic version?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
then,
cool.
Round 5 it was another mirror, and then round 6 Chef Taku. I love you. I'm sorry. We had to play. He was
right there. He's right there. Jason.
Taku.
He's doing a trade, I think.
Get fucked.
Oh, come on.
Cut that out.
Game 1, he Armageddon Knights for Malicious, I think, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in danger, I'm gonna die on the next turn, and my hand had like no traps, so I just like put out 10,000 damage on the table and attacked, and he was like, game 2. So
wow.
Yeah, I mean, I know how the deck works. Like,
yeah, you have to kill him, or else they kill you.
And then round 7, I played against my teammate Jorge, who I think is doing a flight right now.
Oh,
He's
Chaos
like Chaos
Fairies?
Fairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we drew, unfortunately. He won game 1. And then game 2, I sat on a face-up defense position Snowman Eater for like 30 turns or something.
Yeah.
All 3 of my Machina fortresses were exiled, and I had 2 forces in my hand and a pot of avarice that I couldn't use, and I'm just like, pass.
Wow.
And like you couldn't get over it with Honest because obviously Snowman Eater has 0 attack.
Wow,
so
Snowman's cracked against fairies.
It is.
Yeah, wow.
It also deals with Consecrated Light. They don't bring it in against this deck, but just so you guys know. And then the final round was Black Wings, which I think is this deck's best matchup. So I don't know. I had like a really spread of power like bracket. I played a lot of meta and then like a lot of mirrors, which is cool. But only like I don't know. The Machina Cat deck I guess was weird. But and then in top 8 I lost to Gladiator Beasts.
Yeah. You like bricked, right?
Game 1 I opened no traps, but I had like a really aggressive hand. I still almost won, but he top decked deep prison on the turn where it really mattered. Game 2 I opened a normal hand and I beat him, and then game 3 I had no traps again, but this time I was going second with 3 Rikos in my hand.
That's so ass.
And apparently, like from the people that were watching him, he bricked 2, but because he got to go first, he got to like set a monster and then Zaris me because I didn't have a normal summon monster. So and then it just all went downhill from there. So,
dang, well, still sick run, man.
I'm super happy. Like the back-to-back, I think I'm the first person to do it. I think. It's really sick.
For Ultimate Time Wizard, I think you are. Yeah, that is a great achievement, man. With 2 different decks.
With 2 different decks, yeah. I'm definitely not playing this at Nats. There's just no way. It was too popular this weekend, so I think there's gonna be just more Cyber Dragons and stuff. Like I don't want to deal with it. So.
Awesome.
Probably back on YU Turbo.
Yeah.
Eric.
The tryhard deck.
Yeah, the tryhard.
Awesome, man. Any shouts you want to give?
Yes. The boys, Dom, Rob.
What up?
Jason, Eric behind the camera.
That's my
Jorge. So many people. Everyone back home. Brian Gaither, Cody Minnick, Xander, Shaggy Powers, Matt Williamson. I mean, it's everybody. I have such a good support system.
Heck yeah.
And also Tom Mack.
Oh, I love that guy.
Tom Mack, yes, and Thomas, the guy that top 8'd with this deck in Raleigh. I contacted both of them because they were both, or Tom was thinking about taking this deck here, and then Tom's obviously top 8'd at the last one with the deck, and they also helped me with the list. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Dude, sick run, major props, both like back to back with 2 different decks is on a wild achievement
It's
to
awesome.
me.
I
So
feel great.
congrats, major props. Great run, man.